All right, we're going to try to complete 8 slides today. The first slide that we're going to work on is just noticing and wondering about the ozone layer. So you're going to press play on this screen, watch it, and try to notice something and wonder something. We know a little bit about the ozone layer, so you should be able to come up with something interesting there. And in your first group, you are then going to look at that data about the ozone hole area, as well as the number of skin cancer cases in Australia. And you're going to try to figure out in 1983 about what the ozone layer was. Now, you notice we don't have 1983, but we know in 1982 how big the ozone was, and in 1986 how big the ozone was. So you have to kind of think a little bit about what it might have been in 1983, even though we don't have that data. And then you're going to put whatever number you want in there, and then it'll ask you about how many skin cancer cases do you think were in 1983. Again, we don't know, but we can look at the 1982 and 1986 and see if we can figure that out. Then you'll do the same thing, but for the year 2000, which again, you'll notice we do not have. We have 1997, we have 2001. We have to try to figure out, estimate how big we think the ozone layer was in 2000 and how many skin cancer cases in 2000. That'll be your first activity you're working with in groups. The second time you go back to groups, you're going to be looking at trying to create a scatter plot. Well, you have all the data here, and what you're going to do is, I would suggest, first of all, dragging this point down, because you're not going to need all these negative numbers. You're only going to need the positive numbers. You're also going to want to think about what the scale is going to be, because notice on the y-axis, you have to go up pretty high. You have to go up to 11,000. So maybe each box is 1,000, maybe each box is 2,000. You can kind of guess and try different numbers of what you think. Then the third activity that you're going to work on with your group is deciding whether or not looking at a table or a scatter plot is better. And we'll talk a little bit about each. But those are the 3 activities you're going to work on today. And then you'll end with a reflection.